Do. All right. Maybe that worked. Hopefully that worked. I guess I unplugged the microphone. What's up, Ed? Welcome. Just let me know in the chat if you can hear me now. It'll take a minute for everyone to catch up to where I'm at. Awesome. So welcome, everyone. Great. It's always something. Always something. I just wanted to copy Matt Hochberg. Last week, he didn't have sound for the first 30 seconds. And I'm wearing a Royal Caribbean Blog t-shirt. So, all right, welcome, everyone. Hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. I almost didn't make it in. I got here just in time. And as I walked in, the internet went down, which it never does. And today it did. And now it's back up, which is great. Good news. How is everybody's Wednesday? Is everybody enjoying the hurricane nonstop coverage? I'm going on a cruise next week. So I have been, you're not kidding, Ed. So I've been keeping an eye on the Hurricane Lee footage, which looks like it may affect me. I was watching that feed. I know Matt was pretty hyped up about the sound not working. It happens. Happens to everybody. Yeah, I'm worried about Lee as well. It's who knows? I have no idea. It's not worth spending a lot of time thinking about. I am flying down to Orlando next Thursday morning, and then we will see what happens. Who knows, Ed? Maybe I will be flying from Orlando to San Diego to take a cruise out of there. Maybe I'll jump on Navigator in LA next week. Who knows what's going to happen? This is, again, a great reason to have travel insurance. I have yearly coverage, so hopefully obviously if anything happens, Royal Caribbean will send us somewhere different. They're really good at navigating these types of issues. I'm not worried about going on the cruise. I'm just worried about the first day or two having some crappy weather. And then obviously if we go to different ports, I don't care at all. We're going to the Bermuda for 3 days. I was just there. But oh, that sucks, Thomas. I wonder why. I wonder what they're doing the glacier, why they're doing the, pop that up on the screen. I wonder why they're doing the shortened one there. Did they give you any reasons for that, Thomas? So true, Ed. So I haven't been to Ensenada in a long time, so I'm not going to talk about it, but I will take your word for it since you are out there and you have way more experience than I do on those West Coast cruises. The only thing I've been to Mazatlan recently, pretty recently. So who knows? All right, anybody have any questions? Welcome everyone. That really stinks, track repairs. That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you guys still have a great time. I guess the bright side is you're not on Radiance right now, right? Because that's, it's the end of the season too. That sucks. Juneau's flooding. Yeah, it's crazy times, crazy weather. This Lee hurricane is going to wreak some havoc down there on the next couple sailings. Who knows? Like I said, I'm not overly concerned about the cruise itself because we'll just go someplace different. I think I don't know if I told you guys last November, we were on Anthem out of Cape Liberty up here in Jersey, and we embarked on the ship. Everything was cool. We were in the solarium. It was 3:00. We were getting ready to leave. And the captain came on. We were supposed to do the typical Port Canaveral, Nassau perfect day. And the captain came on and was like, no, there are hurricanes. So we are going to the Dominican Republic. We wound up going to Labadee. It was great. We had no bad weather at all. It was delightful. So I never worry about Royal Caribbean from that perspective. So I'm supposed to be on Mariner next week. I don't know what's going to happen there, but we'll see. What's going on? Oh, also, I'm going to be doing something new this week. If anybody, I read a lot, so something you will learn about us every Wednesday. Our whole team reads a lot. We all read about a book or so a week. So every week on our live chat here, if you are interested in reading and you're interested in the book, if you email me, the first person that emails me, or I'll do it this way. If there are multiple people that email me, which is fine, I will pick someone at random and we'll give them the book of the week. I'll put my email in here. All right. So Fred said, we go out of New York and New Jersey. Which do you think is better, princess or celebrity? It's really going to depend on what ships they are, Fred. So if you're going out of New York, New Jersey, and you're going to be on like Summit, Celebrity Summit, or Silhouette or Eclipse or something that's older like that, I would always go lean princess, because the ships are going to be a little bit better. I was on Summit for 10 days earlier this year. I had a very nice time. I have nothing bad to say about it. But the ship is old. It looks old from the outside. It didn't look terrible on the inside, but it wasn't the best. So if you're going out in New York or New Jersey, depending on the ships, probably princess. All right, we got some questions. Here we go. This is great. All right. Question about embarkation at Manhattan Cruise Point. If I take a taxi there, now when you take a taxi there, there are porters at both levels. Sana, you will be dropped off at the street level, and then you will have to jump in the elevator there and go up. I do that every time. I usually walk up to there. So there are porters right there. You just give them your luggage. You jump in the elevator, and they take you right up. The elevators are enormous. So you can fit like 100 people in those elevators. They're like big freight elevators. Paul just said, on Seascape, can you book specialty dining ahead of time or only when you get on the ship? It depends. It's going to be my answer for that. It depends. You technically, hypothetically, on MSC, you're supposed to be able to book them ahead of time. I have not had any success with that. Generally speaking, what I do is I follow the same rule of thumb that I do on Royal Caribbean. The minute I get on the ship, I go to the one of the specialty dining restaurants. On Seascape, I would go to, I'm trying to think what the closest one when you get on the ship. I'd probably go to Ocean Cay or like Teppanyaki, right outside of Teppanyaki there, and Sushi, where it is. I would go there and just make all your reservations real quick. They were great. Seascape was really good. Specialty dining didn't get busy on Seascape until like day 4. The first 3 days we ate at like the conveyor belt sushi thing. The first night or the second night, there was nobody there. We ate at Ocean Cay. It was empty. The Ola Tacos was empty. We ate there like 3 times. You won't have any problem. I would do it as soon as you get, but do it as soon as you get on the ship. It's just so you get the right times. Yeah. DR Labadee was great. I say they may choose. You're not going to do San Juan, I don't think, because that's a busy port. You could do Bermuda for sure. It's going to start getting a little chilly there in October. And it's really going to depend, like, and the really crazy thing is they really try hard to go south, because on ours they said that it was November and they almost shifted us to Halifax, and people would have been pissed. But again, I don't like, my whole thing is I'd rather not be in a hurricane. So if I'm cold for a couple days, there's a really nice solarium. It's all good, especially on Anthem. On Oasis, it's out, it's kind of not covered all the way. So yeah, but you have the promenade, you have Central, but you have so many places where you could go on that ship. It'd be great. Peter, I will send you some emails for those. I have some really good ones for Halifax. Halifax is awesome. Halifax is a great port to just get off. They have like a boardwalk there and you could walk around. I love that. So that's a really good one for that. And then I will send you a few of our excursions that we recommend for both of those. So you have some idea of things to do. There's a couple of cultural ones and a couple of flower ones. Oh yeah, you're going in 10 days. So I was going to say it might be cold, but you're going to be fine. Hopefully you don't get hit with the end of Lee up there in 10 days. I hope not. I like the Emerald Princess. It's a great ship. So anyway, get back to the book until people have more questions. So we read a couple books a week, and I read everything. I read from like nonfiction, fiction. I read a lot of Stephen King, a lot of different things. So the book this week that I read is The Book of Charlie. So this book's really cool. It is, and these are great things to do while you're on a cruise. That's why we read a lot. I read a lot on cruise ships. So it is Wisdom from the Remarkable Life of a 109-year-old Man. So it's really cool. This is a true story about a neighbor of this guy. He wrote a book about him. He was 100 years old. He met him when he was 102, wrote a book about his life and like all his little tips and tricks for life. So again, if anybody emails me, jp@bitesizecruise.com, I'll drop it in there. If one person emails me, you'll get the book. Just send me her address so I can send you the book. If a bunch of people email me, then I will put everybody's name in a hat, and I will do it on a YouTube short so everybody can see me, and we'll send you the book. I won't put your address on the YouTube short. Ed says, question about our Royal Caribbean. I've been told to, first thing on embarkation, go to Izumi because they make it super quick. Yeah, you could do all of your reservations there, Ed. Any of the specialty dining, and you're right, Izumi Teppanyaki is a good place to do it. If you're going on Oasis, you could do it on any of the Central Park ones that are really quick because you could just get in and go to Central Park. There's not a lot of people there. So like on ours, the place that was doing all the reservations when we were on Oasis and Symphony was 150 Central Park. So that would be my tip, is to, as soon as you get on the ship, go there. Izumi is tough because sometimes there's not people there at Teppanyaki because it's down on 4 if you're on Oasis. But if you go to Central Park and go to 150 Central Park, you can make them all right there for every day for whatever specialty dining you want to do. And just hope the people in front of you have a cohesive plan for what they want to do. I'm a planner, so I have like them all down and ready to go. And people are just there and they're like, well, what restaurants are there? And I'm like, oh no. The Queen, welcome from Halifax. Thanks so much. You could also chime in some fun things to do in Halifax. Nurse Tara, hello, welcome. Thank you for commenting on our videos. I really appreciate it, Tara. Paul said, what is the best free way to communicate with other people when you're traveling, such as our daughter and her husband? We will have 2. MSC, if you have the app, hypothetically, you're supposed to be able to message. It seemed like it was working pretty well. We tested it. It's not the best, but if you have internet, so you're going to have internet for 2 devices. So if you're talking, you're talking about MSC. MSC, you're locked into the device. So whatever device you set up is the device you have to use. So just be aware of that. If you're going to do it, I would do it on phones. And then if you're on the Wi-Fi, you could just text like normal. Just make sure if you have an iPhone, you have like Wi-Fi calling and all set up so that you could just go in airplane mode and send regular iMessages back and forth to each other or text messages. That works fine. Ed, I would go, honestly, I would go right to 150 Central Park. But yeah, Paul, back to the internet on Seascape. That's the best way to do it. Just put it on 2 phones. Otherwise, there's really no easy way other than like rendezvous points, right? And calling people. But there's no other easy free way. Like I would tell people to grab like the number of like some place and we would call that place. That was back in the day. Is that what you said, Ed? They can't do teppanyaki. Yeah, you can make reservations at any of the restaurants. But again, I recommend 150 Central Park. Question about Royal Caribbean. Is the chef's table the same across the fleet? I'm going on Vision in 30 days. So there are slight differences. I've done it on Symphony, and I've done it on Oasis, and I've done it on Anthem. Slightly different on all the ships. Similar, very similar, I will say. So if you've done it before and you don't want to spend the money, I totally get it. But it is We did it on Enchantment too. It was really good. So it would be the same on Enchantment and Vision. They're going to be the same. My only complaint about the chef's table on Enchantment, which will be the same as Vision, is that can't do the world dessert the same as they do it on the Anthem and Symphony, which has Wonderland. It's awesome on there. It was really watery on Enchantment, but that was my only complaint. The chef's table was awesome. It was actually a little more intimate on Enchantment. Oasis was amazing. It was in like the solarium and in the solarium bistro, and it was beautiful in like this little private room. So, oh yeah, Tara, do it. It's 100% worth doing it. You'll love it on Vision. I might be on that ship the day you embark. I'm doing like a lunch and learn on Vision. You're going out of Baltimore, I'm assuming. I have to find out what day I'm doing it, but I might see you on embarkation day. I'll see what day. Nowhere, Ed. It's early. I get it. It's early for you over there too. Have a great night, Ed. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate it. Fred, great question. Can you make reservations for shows and dinner while in line at the terminal? So depends on what ship, what terminal. Some of the terminals, Royal Caribbean terminals, sometimes you can get connected to the Wi-Fi. Sometimes it's ready to go, but you have to be connected to the ship's Wi-Fi to do that. So you could try it. It's worth a shot. I've tried it a million times. I usually try it in Bayonne, and it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's not ready, and it'll just tell you it's not ready yet. Public Gardens and how? Yeah, Public Gardens are amazing. Peggy's Cove I heard is great too. Thanks to Queen. I haven't been there yet. So, but I've heard that's really great. I'll check the dates, Sarah. I'll let you know. If it is, I'll pop by and say hello. Awesome. Yeah, I'll look at some more too. But yeah, I've heard that's awesome. Yeah, of course. My pleasure. Who else has any questions? I forgot to bring a question to ask tonight of everyone. I was going to bring a question of the night. I don't want to, steal too much from Matt and be like, what? How soon till your next cruise? But everybody's been pretty much on board with when they are cruising next. Paul said, can you use the Easy Plus drink package in the specialty restaurants? So the honest answer and the technical answer is no. It's not accepted in the specialty dining restaurants. My experience answer is yes, because it's the dumbest thing in the world to have certain drink packages that are allowed in certain areas of the ship. It should be just like every other cruise line where it's a dollar amount, right? Which technically it is, but it's not like available in the chocolate place or in the specialty dining. In my experience, most of the staff doesn't care. And if the drink's like $12 or whatever, they're just going to give you the drink. I find that to be the case most of the time anyway. If you're a pretty reasonable human and you're nice and you just kind of, not so much play dumb, but just kind of go along with everything and just be like, hey, I'd really like this drink. We didn't get charged for stuff. So, and on Seascape, I'm trying to think. I was in the yacht club. Meg was not. So, yeah, we had no problem, especially dining. She got drinks and everything. It's the other good thing too, is if you're with somebody, that has the higher drink package, or if you're with somebody that has a drink package, sometimes they don't even check that. A lot of times when we're on cruises, if it's like me and AJ and Meg, or just me and Meg, or me and AJ, whatever the scenario is, if we go up to the bar and if one of us has the drink package, they just give us 2 drinks. They just assume you're together, and they never really say anything. It's kind of beating the system, and we don't try to do that. I generally don't try to take advantage of that, but they definitely do that. The Queen Bay out of Bayonne. So Bayonne's tough for hotels that are close to the cruise port there. Let me look at the one I usually stay at. Hotels. I'll tell you where I usually stay. We had a couple people do weddings there last year. So the one that I know that we've had people stay at, and I'm going to tell you, my thing here is you're going to get honesty out of me. So there's a couple. There's a DoubleTree. The two ones that are like reasonable that you can get and that are reasonably close to the cruise port are the Embassy Suites and the DoubleTree. Neither one of them is the nicest hotel you've ever stayed in your life. However, if you're coming in for a night and you need a place to stay and you don't want to be in New York, that's where I would stay. It's super close. They're going to be really close to the airport. So if you're flying in or you're taking the train, I'm assuming you're flying in, that's where I would recommend that you stay. Both of them you could get for somewhere around $200 a night. They're not going to be super expensive. There is a Holiday Inn Express. It's okay, but I've way more people that have stayed at the Embassy Suites or the DoubleTree, and they're both exactly like if I put them next to each other, you wouldn't. There's like no quality difference between the two. They're both fine. What are some of the things you can do on the app before you get on the ship, such as beverage packages? You could pretty much do anything on the app. You can get excursions. Depends on which app. So on the Princess app, you could do a lot. Pre-cruise, and then you're going to have your medallion. If you're on the Royal app, the MSC app is not great off the ship. It's very good on the ship, which is really weird, but not great at all off the ship. The NCL app and the Royal app are both pretty good, but nothing, you can't do a ton of things on those. And then let me pull that up. Here's the link for the, that's like, I didn't want to do that. I don't know why it gave me that big of a link. Anyway, it won't even let me copy it in because it's too big. All right, we'll move on from that. So you mentioned last week's chat, you preferred Southern Caribbean over East and West suggestions, which port? So that's a really good question. I'm doing a video on this, not on the ports, but I'm doing a video. Last week spurred me to do a video on Southern, Eastern, and Western Caribbean. So generally, in my experience, I love going out of San Juan. It's a great port to stay over the night before. Barbados is also really nice, but it's going to be more expensive to fly in there. It's going to be more expensive to stay there. So I would do San Juan or just do your standard like Miami or Port Canaveral. But if you're looking for something interesting to really like kick off your vacation in a different way, highly recommend San Juan. It's a great port to sail out of. You can literally just like from your hotel walk 2 blocks and you're on the ship. It's amazing. I definitely recommend that. All right. Any other questions? Also, any books, if people like to read, throw in some book suggestions for me because I'm gonna be on a cruise next week and I'm gonna need some books to read, and then I'll give them away when I get back. Paul, first, congratulations. That is an awesome milestone. Yeah, tons of them. So 25th anniversary. So my thing with cruising, and this is just my opinion, I am a firm believer for me that you can make a fun place romantic, but it's really hard sometimes to make a romantic place fun. Speaking of like, if there's nothing to do, right? And you're just like, hey, I really wish there were more options. So I think for 25th anniversary, if you want to do upscale a little bit, Celebrity would be like a really nice option, like Celebrity Ascent or Celebrity Beyond. Like those newer ships are amazing. You could do a really nice spa package. Or, if you just want to keep it pretty normal and do a really nice Royal, like one of the new, maybe Icon, Icon's going to be a lot of kids and families. So yeah, if you wanted to do something nice for a little more refined, Celebrity would be the great way to go there. I think that would be awesome. I'll think of some other ones too, Paul. So, great question, Sarah. It's not. It's pretty average. I was supposed to go on NCL Viva out of there in January. And it was it's a little more than flying to Miami or Fort Lauderdale, but it wasn't bad. And the hotels are cheap. So it probably, if you were flying to Miami and staying at a hotel there and then flying to San Juan, staying at a hotel there, it's probably a wash on the cost. And the food and the culture, it's amazing. Definitely worth it. And yeah, a lot of ships are hitting San Juan. That port's going to get bigger, I think. I know we talked about it last week. Galveston's going to get way bigger. Galveston is adding a bunch of stuff down there. MSC is going to be porting out of there. MSC's almost done their new terminal down in Miami, which is going to host the World America ship in 2025. Peter, thanks very much. Curious incident of the dog in the nighttime. All right, I'm writing that down. Curious incident of the dog in the nighttime. Okay, I can keep the chat. That's awesome. What else? How's everybody else doing out there? Anybody else have any cruises coming up? Yeah, that's a good point, Ed. You could do Alaska for your 25th. Alaska would be amazing. Hey, Greg, how's it going? Thanks for coming, Greg, and thanks for all of your comments on the videos. I really do appreciate it. The people who comment and say things, I really appreciate it. I try to get back to everybody pretty quickly. Yeah, it's great. Sun Princess, I am booked on in January of 2025. I got so many cruises. So I'll be on that in January of 2025. Sorry, it's a little bit far out. I think that's when it is. I'll double check in 2 seconds. So, Fred, I get seasick too. The big ships, some people will tell you it's better. Some people will tell you it's not. I don't know. I've had no issues on Oasis or Symphony or Anthem or any of those ships. I just carry Meclizine with me. If I'm feeling crappy, I take one of those and I call it a day. But for the most part, they all have stabilizers. Do all the things that make sense. Symphony would be great. Just get a cabin. If you're not feeling great, go to the middle of the ship. That's why the casino's down there in the middle. So if you're not feeling great, they want you to spend money. So yeah, I think that for sure, if you haven't been on one of the big ships, it's definitely better than one of the old small ships. But incrementally. Tara, great point. If you would like to join us, we are going on Virgin Brilliant Lady in April, and we are leaving out of San Juan. That cruise is pretty amazing. I'm pulling it up real quick so I can see the itinerary here. I need 5 monitors. So that one is the Lesser Antilles. So we're leaving out of San Juan and we are going to, it's on our website and I'm looking somewhere else. So sad. So it is going, we are leaving out of San Juan Tower and we are going to Aruba, Curacao, Martinique, and St. Kitts and Nevis. That's going to be an awesome cruise. That means you still have plenty of time left in your schedule. Let me jump through some of these. Ryan, that is awesome. Seascape is an awesome ship. It's one of my favorites. I think it's my third favorite ship. I think that's what I said. Number 1 is Oasis. Number 2 is Bliss. 2 or 3 are pretty close there for Seascape. Love it. 25th anniversary. Yes, Alaska. Thomas, great question. I do use prescription strength. So here's the thing with meclizine. They do have the prescription comes in 12.5 or 25 milligrams. I got the 12.5. The 25, I think I would be in a coma. The 12.5 is like great for a couple hours. It'll make you groggy, but it knocks that nausea out immediately. The Queen, thank you so much. Thanks for your recommendations too. Have a great night. Ed, Symphony for Halloween 2024 is still on. We have a nice chunk of people for that. I don't want to give the exact number right now. But yes, next Halloween 2024, we are doing Symphony of the Seas out of Bayonne, and it is going to be a blast. We are doing costume parties, trick-or-treating. It's going to be so much fun. Ed is coming and his wife. So Tara said she's going on Vision in October, Sun in December, Carnival Legend in February, and Celebrity Eclipse in May. That means you have plenty of time to come on a Virgin with us in April. We have a lot of people going on that one too. That's a group one that we're doing. We'll be on Virgin in April. I will be on Jubilee in January. I'm doing a lot of Carnival coming up, which is could be good. It might be terrible. Yeah, Ryan, any information you need on that, hit me up. I have tons of info. If you check out our channel, we have tons of Seascape videos. And yeah, like I said, feel free to email me if you have questions or you need any help with that at all. I am happy to help. Absolutely. So yeah, next. So what I have coming up is Mariner. See ya. Have a great night. Mariner possibly next week if Lee doesn't take me out. And then we have Escape in October going to Canada and New England. Then we are in Carnival Venezia November 30th. That is the whole. So the next two after this next one, I'm Mariner. I'm by myself. October is me, Meg, and AJ. November on Venezia is me, Meg, and AJ. January I will be on Jubilee. February I will be on Carnival Horizon. I'm going all in on Carnival for the next few months after that. I need to get some Carnival content and some videos. If I'm going to talk smack about them, I have to get some stuff. Sana, which way are you going? Are you going south on Escape, or are you doing New England? Paul, that's awesome. You're going to be on the week before. You'll be able to get really good information the week before. Big recommendation, eat all the pizza. Eat all the pizza, pasta, and Caesar salad. Really good on Seascape. The buffet is actually really nice. You'll never hear me say that out loud again. New England and Canada. Yeah, that's going to be awesome. You're doing the same cruise we're doing. So let me know how it is. Send me some stuff. Yeah, Tara, it's going to be, who knows? It could be wild. I have no idea. I have zero expectations. I'm going in, just going to be happy to check it out. Obviously, it's a brand new ship. And then I'll be on Jubilee, which is a brand new ship. And then I'll be on Horizon in February. And then, like I said, March, we're doing something too. God, I have a lot of cruises booked. Oh, I was like, March, we're doing something too. March, we will be on Icon of the Seas. That is awesome. Tara, where are you in the world? Like, where do you live? Not your address. Like, where are you in the world? So, yeah, Santa, we'll see. I'm excited. We're on a 10-dayer to the Caribbean in November. So that should be fun. Plenty of beer. Plenty of beer will be on that bad boy. Don't worry about that. Seascape is so much fun. Dueling pianos are fun. The chocolate bar is amazing. Yeah, Seascape is a great ship. I would love to go back. That's one of the drawbacks is I can't really redo ships trying to do content. Yeah, you could take the train from Baltimore to New York. Just jump on Amtrak. That's a breeze. That's a quick train. It's only a couple hours. Yeah, that's right. It's not a Amtrak. It is. That's really quick. Yeah, I refuse to drive into New York. I just don't do it. We take the train from Philly. We take New Jersey Transit. We'll park in Hamilton and go up. Ryan, Bliss is awesome. It's literally my second favorite ship of all time. It is awesome. The observation lounge is amazing. I love it. Paul, thanks so much. Yeah, the Seafood K, Ocean K on Seascape was incredible. It's a beautiful restaurant. Where they have all the restaurants there is laid out really nicely. It's kind of quiet. There's a little walkway there, but the restaurant's small. It's very small. And the service was really great, and the food was spectacular. Really, really, really good. So the Manhattan port is, it's like 12 minutes from there if you take a Uber. Obviously, it depends on traffic. So if we stay overnight, everybody knows we stay at Inc. 48, which is like a block from the port, which is amazing. But if you take the train and then you're going right to the port, it's a piece of cake. I've walked from Penn Station to the cruise port. I've walked twice. It's maybe a little over a mile walk. Obviously, in New York, it takes forever to get anywhere. So if you take an Uber or a taxi or something, you'll get there 10, 15 minutes. But I've easily walked. Like now, obviously, I never check luggage when we go on these cruises, and we bring a ton of camera stuff and all. I bring a backpack and a carry-on. Obviously, it's easier for me as a guy. I don't have a whole bunch of shoes or anything, or dresses or anything like that. So I walk, no problem. I'll just bring my wheelie carry-on, and it is literally like you go just a little while down and then make a left, and you walk straight to the port. Yeah, car service is the way to go, man. If you can do that, that's amazing. Greg said we got the Crown Princess out of San Francisco in October, back-to-back in Miami on the Encore, and the Explorer on the Navigator out of LA, and Carnival Miracle. Greg, you have some cruises going. That is awesome. So exciting that there's people out there that cruise so much. Next up here. So Majesty of the Seas it's old. It's an old small ship. So if you're going on Majesty, I think it was built in like the early 90s. So it's one of the oldest ships out there. And that's an old one. That to me is like, I think Majesty got sold too. Majesty's not even going right now, if I remember correctly. I think Majesty got sold during the pandemic. I'll have to double check that. I'll have to fact check myself. Yep, 34th to 48th. There you go. And then you're good. Favorite specialty restaurant on the Bliss. So I think my top three on Norwegian stay fairly the same. So it's going to be – Cagney's is always third. 'Cause, 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 'cause And then it's going to be Teppanyaki is like my fun restaurant. That's like our embarkation fun restaurant. And then it's Le Bistro for sure on Bliss is probably my favorite. That's what I would say. Yeah, Tara, go for it. Tara, are you in Baltimore? Is that what you said? Do you live down in Baltimore or in Maryland? Godfather Bernie. We did the MSC Yacht Club. It was awesome. That is great. I'm glad to hear it. What ship were you on, Bernie, for the Yacht Club? It's so hard to get used to that the chat, like you guys don't hear me for like 30 seconds after I can read your chats. Bernie, what did you book for next June? Seaside. That's awesome. I haven't been on Seaside, but I've heard that was the ship that got like crushed for a few things. Oh, yeah. Tara, you should definitely go out of New York and go out of New Jersey. Go out of Bayonne. God, it's so easy. That terminal is the best. And if you go on any of like the group cruises with us, we provide transportation. So if you can just get to Philly, we'll get you to the port. So great question, Paul. Both for sure. Gelato is great. I eat a lot of gelato. And then the Venchi chocolate bar, their hot chocolates are incredible. You can only do like one a week because it's like super rich. But we would go to the chocolate bar on Seascape because it's right where the dueling pianos are. And we would just order like a pot of tea and then they give you like cute little chocolates with it. It's just a great experience. It's amazing. They have like, you can get espresso and they'll give you like little chocolate and candied lemons and oranges so you can kind of eat them with your espresso. It's incredible. Love the Seascape. Correct. Brooklyn Cruise Terminal is a little confusing. It is in the Red Hook area. So definitely when you're booking a cruise, make sure it is on it's the Manhattan Cruise Terminal or the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal. They're very different. Seashore for next year, that is going to be awesome. Are you staying in the yacht club again? Yeah, Bayonne's my favorite. Bayonne and Baltimore's amazing. It's super quick, but you don't get big ships down there, which stinks. But yeah, the Bayonne Cape Liberty cruise port it's not even close. It's the best cruise port in the country. It's so easy. Yeah, it's not quick, Ryan. It's not as long as Royal Caribbean, but it is not speedy. It's the easiest way to do it. I think we only did one night in the main dining room because generally speaking, we try to do like one night in the buffet against my better judgment. But the buffet was amazing. We ate in the buffet a lot on Seascape and it was incredible. Go outside in the buffet, at the back of the buffet. It's incredible. And then we did one night there, and then we did Ola Tacos, Ocean K, Butcher's Cut, and the conveyor belt sushi. That's the most fun thing ever. It's so expensive because it's a la carte, and like the little plates go around, and the color of the plate is how much the sushi is. I don't know. We spent like $100 on sushi, and we didn't eat that much. But it's fun, so you do it. Thomas, great question. I'm glad you asked. So I usually collect the ship models. If you watch any of our videos, our normal videos, you'll see the ship models behind me. The problem is some ships don't have them or they're out of stock. NCL's famous for having those bad boys out of stock, which I hate. So I just got off of Joy and I got the mug. The Been There collection mugs. I'm going to be on Mariner next week, maybe. And I know they have them for Royal Caribbean, so I might get those too. I do love to collect those things. I love the ship models, which are great. They're all a little bit different. So yeah, I love it. Like I said, Norwegian's doing it, and I saw somebody last week on Mariner that had one of those mugs. So Royal's doing it too. Hopefully, I'll get one of those next week. What do you collect, Thomas? Do you collect anything from cruises? Bernie, that is amazing. You are going to have an amazing time. That is incredible. Greg, great question. MSC, highly recommend that you try that. World America is going to be coming here in 2025. That might be a really fun one, but I would definitely recommend Seascape first. It's amazing. And then Meraviglia. Meraviglia is the ship that'll feel the most similar to like Royal Caribbean because they have the promenade and everything. It's a little different, but it's very Royal Caribbean feeling. Seascape is way different. And then, like I said, they're going to be doing the World America here in 2025, which I'm booked on in April of 2025. Virgin will be on in April. That'll be the first time. I'll let you know how that goes. And then Celebrity is great. If you're going to go on Celebrity, definitely recommend trying one of the newer ships. One of the Apex are up. So Apex, Edge, Beyond, or Ascent. Try one of those. They're beautiful. We did a walkthrough of Beyond with Captain Kate, and that ship is gorgeous. And it's great if you're like an adult and don't want a ton of kids. There was not a lot of kids on that. And Celebrity, you're not going to see a ton of kids anyway. Thanks so much, Ryan. I really appreciate it. Yeah, check out. We have tons of Seascape videos. I think we have a playlist for Seascape. It's great. Thomas, great answer. Collect bills from the cruise ships. Believe me, you and me both. I certainly collect bills for sure. Yeah, we're pretty full for next year already. I was trying to leave some gaps in case something really interesting popped up. But I think as of right now, I am on like I said, Jubilee in January, Horizon in February, Icon in March, Brilliant Lady in April, so Virgin in April. We have a solo group cruise on Carnival Celebration in June that I'm not sure of yet. August, we'll be in Alaska on Bliss, which is awesome, out of Seattle. September, we are on back-to-backs in Utopia because they're only doing 3 and 4 days. And then we're doing our awesome Halloween cruise in October. That's it for now. And then, like I said, Sun Princess, I'm booked on in January of 2025. There we go. So I'll be on that. And then World America in May of 2025. Jesus. It's insane. I already have all these cruises booked. So nuts. Thomas agreed. Go enjoy your retirement. That'll be amazing. You're going to have a great time. It's going to be so much fun. Yeah, MSC is really interesting, right? There's a lot of what I found on MSC is there's very much more European crowd. And it was the first like non-carnival ship that I was on where there was a lot of like people in the nightclubs at night. Like, I mean, obviously I'm putting videos together at night, but I will walk by. Sometimes I'll just try to get some video of like what's going on in the nightclubs. But they party on some of those MSC ships. I'll tell you that much. So European crowds are partiers. Everybody's smoking. There's like a million people smoking out on the deck. The Celebrity Equinox soon. So I would say, Melissa, don't get worried about that. I mean, Celebrity's great. The Equinox is an older ship, yes. But if you're going to the Southern Caribbean, are you doing like the traditional ABCs like Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao? On those, man, just get out and explore the island. Aruba's an amazing island. People fall in love with Aruba. It is 80 and sunny every day. It's not in the hurricane belt. So you are going to love it. And then for Celebrity, I would say do Le Petit Chef if you can. It's amazing. And Tuscan Grill was pretty good. And the Chef's Table on Celebrity was incredible. Highly recommend Chef's Table. If you want to splurge and do something really fun, that's a good way to do it. Paul, great question on Seascape. They will do something for Halloween for sure. If you were on a cruise ship for Halloween, you're going to have some fun. Theme nights, I'm trying to remember. There are at least 3. They do 80s. MSC does 80s. 80s or 90s? 80s. They do 80s. There'll definitely be like a foam party. Again, European, right? So it's a little more kind of ravish. They do a foam party, which if it rains, they do inside. It's pretty crazy. They just like blow foam at you. But at least 2 or 3 of those. And for Halloween, I'm sure they're going to do like the Michael Jackson Thriller. They'll teach everybody the Thriller dance. And then they'll do like some fun trick-or-treat thing that they usually do on Halloween. So yeah, I would say count on 2 or 3. There you go. Ryan said he was on Constellation out of Tampa for a 5-day. Yeah. Celebrity is what it is, especially on those older ships. You're going to get really good service. You're going to have good food. It's going to be a nice, pleasant time. So you're doing Barbados, Antigua. Well, that sounded really good. Oh yeah. So you barely have any sea days. Yeah. So Barbados is beautiful. Antigua has a food festival going on depending on what day you're there. They do it pretty much every week. So if you get off the ship, you're going to walk into like the little village that they have there. That is amazing. So I highly recommend doing that. And then St. Lucia, beautiful beaches, some good shopping. And then Martinique and St. Kitts, same thing. You can get a lot of like spices and herbs and those type of things. Especially if you're down there, you're going to have all those port days. You are going to have an amazing time. Southern Caribbean is incredible. So I would enjoy that a lot. But I really liked Barbados. It was really, really, really nice. And Antigua was one of my favorite islands. I went to a cricket match in Antigua. That was a ton of fun. Really, Barbados was super safe. Martinique, super safe. Antigua's, you got to watch your P's and Q's a little bit, but it was fine. The people were great that were doing like the food festival. I bought tickets. Like it was one of those things like a carnival. So you get like tickets and then you have to use those tickets to buy food. So, stupid Americans that we are. I get on there and I buy like $20 worth of food ticket. I could have fed the entire island. I had so many food tickets. I was giving them away to people. So you're doing 2 on the front, 2 on the back. You're going to have a great time. I would highly recommend doing a chef's table if you can swing it and it's in your budget. It's going to be a great experience. You get a cookbook. It's long, but it's really nice. You meet really great people. I highly recommend that. Greg, yeah, I try not to fly. So, especially with the amount of times that we cruise, I really do. My mom is calling me nonstop. So I'll let her know I'm doing a live stream because she should be watching me on YouTube, right? It's hilarious. So funny. So yeah, I really do put an emphasis. Now, here's what I will say. Since we do what we do, I really do try to get on a different variety of ships, right? I try not to repeat ships within a few years. I try to get so we can get more content and get more things out there for people to learn, which is why I'm doing like a bunch of carnivals. But I do really put an emphasis on new ships, not new, like brand new ships, which obviously if there's something incredible like Icon and Utopia, we're definitely going to do it. But like specific ships, specific like ports of call that we haven't been to, and that more so now than I would normally, where I just wouldn't want to fly at all. Yeah, the Yacht Club restaurant's great. I do enjoy the specialty dining on MSC. It depends on the ship. It's a little hit or miss if you go on some of the older ships, but on Seascape and Meraviglia, we had great experiences with the food. Turtles in Barbados is going to be a blast. And you're doing a catamaran, you're going to have so much fun. Yeah. It's going to be incredible. Yeah, Tuscan Grill is good. You'll really enjoy that. And like I said, Le Petit Chef is really fun. We have videos on that. Paul, very true. There is no shade on at Ocean Cay. When you stop at Ocean Cay, make sure you bring a hat somehow try to get an umbrella. There is zero shade. All the trees are brand new. So it is roasty toasty on the island. My impressions of that island are I really enjoyed it. So if you're there late at night, they do the lighthouse show, which is really fun. It's only like 10 minutes, but it's really fun. And the island's small. It is probably like, to me, it's like a good blend. It's a little bit newer and nicer than the Norwegian island, Great Stirrup Cay. Although Great Stirrup Cay is a little more built up with, things to do and things like that. But you have to tender in, which is like a big negative for me, where Ocean Cay you're going to dock at, and it's literally right there. It's not even like as far as Perfect Day is. So you literally get off the ship and you're in Ocean Cay. The shops are really nice. The food was good on the island. They have food trucks, and they have like cafeteria food like they do on all the other islands. I really like it. I thought it was really nice. The grass and the trees are all brand new. It's new. It looks like a really nice island. And then I love that the like staff and all stay in these like really nice houses that you can see. So they're not like buried in the back somewhere where in like crappy places. It's really nice. And then Ryan, yeah, you status match from NCL. Yeah, it's a great idea. I mean, the perks aren't as great for MSC. There's nothing really kind of that blows me away. It's not like Royal where you get like, I get 5 drinks for free now every day. That I don't use. I usually give them away. But and on NCL now I get like 3 extra specialty dining meals, which is incredible, with a bottle of wine. Yeah, if you can status match, do it. It's just not, MSC's not the best with their loyalty program yet. And you have to book a cruise every 3 years or you lose it. It's weird. Barbara, I'm not sure. I'll look into that. They might have had an incident. Who knows? I'm not sure on that. I'll look into that. I know in Bermuda, I'll be in Bermuda next week, and it was on my Bermuda itinerary for swimming with the dolphins, because that's like a popular one in Bermuda. I saw that the other day when I was looking. One of my excursions got canceled, so I was looking for something else. All right, everyone, I am going to wrap it up. Remember, if you would like to be in the running to get a book, I'm going to give away a book every week. This week, it's the Book of Charlie. This is Wisdom from a Remarkable Life of a 109-Year-Old Man. It's a quick book. It's like 180 pages. But if you would like to be in the running, feel free to email me at jp@bitesizecruise.com, and I will pick someone at random, and I will send you the book. We're going to give away a book every week. Blue Lagoon versus being cheap. Yeah. So here's my opinion on it. I've done Pearl Island. I've done Blue Lagoon. I've done Junkanoo Beach, which is the free one. And I've done the, Atlantis Sea Day, right? The Atlantis one's like $300. It's really fun, but not worth $300. Blue Lagoon's nice. The Pearl, I think it's called Pearl Island or whatever. That's nice. Junkanoo Beach is fine. If you're really bougie and you don't want to be around that many other people, yeah, the Blue Lagoon excursion's nice. But if you don't mind walking 10 minutes, and it's not even that bad anymore because of the new port down there in Nassau, which I'll have video of next week. And I know Tony and Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, already did some video, but I'll have video next week. I think it's fine. We went there. There's a little food shack there. It's fine. It's a nice little beach, but again, if you feel like being bougie, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, so the Yacht Club Beach that's a great point, Bernie. The Yacht Club Beach is all rocks. They're going to fix that. They're revamping that. I talked to somebody about that a few days ago. So that will be revamped and should be nicer next time you go. The rest of the beaches are beautiful. I don't know why they picked that beach for the Yacht Club, because it is all rocks. That is fair. I was on the grass. Anyway, thanks again, everyone. If anybody does want the book, just shoot me an email and I'll pick somebody. Other than that, if you have any cruise questions at all, feel free to email me. I am happy to help anyone. If you have any questions or need help with anything, you don't have to book a cruise through us. I'm happy to answer your questions. Thank you all. Hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see everybody next week. Bye. Thanks, Thomas.